INTJs are analytical problem solvers, eager to improve systems and processes with their innovative ideas. They have a talent for seeing possibilities for improvement, whether at work, at home, or in themselves. Often intellectual, INTJs enjoy logical reasoning and complex problem solving. They approach life by analyzing the theory behind what they see, and are typically focused inward, on their own thoughtful study of the world. What does INTJ stand for? INTJ is an acronym used to describe one of the 16 personality types created by Catherine Briggs and Isabel Myers. It stands for introverted, intuitive, thinking, judging. INTJ indicates a person who is energized by time alone, introverted, who focuses on ideas and concepts rather than facts and details, intuitive, who makes decisions based on logic and reason, thinking, and who prefers to be planned and organized rather than spontaneous and flexible, judging. INTJs are sometimes referred to as mastermind personalities because of their strategic, logical way of thinking. INTJ values and motivations. INTJs are perceptive about systems and strategy, and often understand the world as a chessboard to be navigated. They want to understand how systems work, and how events proceed. The INTJ often has a unique ability to foresee logical outcomes. They enjoy applying themselves to a project or idea in depth, and putting in concentrated effort to achieve their goals. INTJs have a hunger for knowledge and strive to constantly increase their competence. They are often perfectionists with extremely high standards of performance for themselves and others. They tend to have a keen interest in self-improvement and are lifelong learners, always looking to add to their base of information and awareness. How others see the INTJ. INTJs are typically reserved and serious, and seem to spend a lot of time thinking. They are curious about the world around them and often want to know the principle behind what they see. They thoroughly examine the information they receive, and if asked a question, will typically consider it at length before presenting a careful, complex answer. INTJs think critically and clearly, and often have an idea about how to do something more efficiently. They can be blunt in their presentation, and often communicate in terms of the larger strategy, leaving out the details. Although INTJs aren't usually warm or particularly gregarious, they tend to have a self-assured manner with people based on their own security and their intelligence. They relay their ideas with confidence, and once they have arrived at a conclusion they fully expect others to see the wisdom in their perceptions. They are typically perfectionists and appreciate an environment of intellectual challenge. They enjoy discussing interesting ideas, and may get themselves into trouble because of their take-no-prisoners attitude. If someone's beliefs don't make logical sense, the mastermind typically has no qualms about pointing that out. INTJ strengths. Strategy. INTJs not only see the plan or course of action, they are ready and prepared with several backups depending on the various circumstances that could possibly arise. With their expansive, future-focused vision for seeing possibilities and recognizing potential, they are also detailed and logical enough to see holes, gaps and inconsistencies. Innovation. Though the INTJ may outwardly appear intractable, as a type they are actually quite receptive to and supportive of change and innovation, and this open approach helps to enhance their problem-solving savvy. They believe that most people, processes and systems have the potential to be improved upon, and they will seek new and creative ways to try to bring about that change. Determination. INTJs are revered for their bravery and steadfastness in the face of challenge. They are characteristically determined in whatever they are doing, even to the point of relentless, and are not afraid to move and to tackle the really difficult challenges. Rather than feeling daunted or frustrated, this excites and exhilarates them. They trust their judgment and are confident in their ability to solve the problems and overcome the challenges they encounter in their personal or professional lives. Willingness to learn. INTJs aren't only looking to change externals and other people. They are also diligently committed to working on themselves. Though they won't typically dwell long upon their feelings and emotional state, they are fully engaged in the work of self-improvement. They are lifelong learners and will always be looking for ways to increase their knowledge and skills. INTJ weaknesses. Superiority. The INTJ's prowess in the area of intellect, logic and reason is unarguable and definitely among their chief strengths, as is their confidence in their ideas. However, these strengths can turn into weaknesses when they morph into a superiority complex. Unfortunately, among INTJs, this is not uncommon. They may be arrogant and condescending, as well as impatient with people who don't catch on as quickly as they'd like. With those who demonstrate less ability to think logically and rationally, they may be particularly judgmental and intolerant. Emotional distance. INTJs are also known for their low EQ and unwillingness to engage the emotions, their own or others. Preferring to conceptualize the world on a logical, rational basis, they tend to have little patience for emotional concerns. They struggle to pick up on and respond to the emotional cues and needs of others. This can stifle interpersonal relationships, as well as their own growth and development, and may end up keeping others at least, arm's distance. Perfectionism. While the meticulousness of the INTJ can be a strength, as in all things, too much of a strength can easily become a weakness, and for the INTJ, this natural fastidiousness quickly becomes perfectionism, and in this they can be quite fierce and painstaking. Their standards in general are exacting, and this critique may be directed not only toward themselves, but toward others as well. Imbalance. The INTJ places a high priority on work and will be quite devoted to his or her professional life. But this comes at a price, namely in time that might be spent on family, other relationships and leisure. It is easy for the INTJ to find him or herself with misplaced priorities and, as a result, relational problems. While their drive to succeed professionally can certainly pay off, it can take a toll on the rest of their lives. INTJ growth and development. In order to reach their full potential, INTJs should go outside of themselves. INTJs are internal processors and accustomed to finding the right answers or the best plans within their own minds. However, such a constant internal focus can mean the INTJ may miss important details, as well as the potentially insightful and helpful contributions of others. To improve their own ideas and plans, INTJs should seek input from friends, family and colleagues. Though the INTJ has full confidence in his or her own abilities, conferencing with others can breathe new life into a stale approach and can help to uncover blind spots. Go inside. INTJs don't naturally introspect deeply or spend much time considering their emotional state. They focus internally on their many ideas and abstract concepts, but when it comes to looking at themselves and their feelings, they often avoid the activity. Out of touch with their own blind spots and character defects, INTJs can be quick to find fault with others. One solution is to work on cultivating humility and compassion. Balance. It is easy for the INTJ to become completely consumed with work or some project or plan that he or she has devised. In the moment, this will feel exhilarating for the individual, but may have consequences for personal well-being and relationships in the long run. The INTJ should strive for better work-life balance. That also means, as mentioned, taking time to examine his or her emotions and responses. It won't come naturally, but will help interpersonal relationships immensely. Pick their battles. It is not necessary to argue every single point, though the INTJ's thinking nature will compel him or her to do so. This is the default response of their perfectionistic hyper-logical nature. Thus, to better navigate all areas of life, the individual may need to understand that sometimes you have to let the small things go so you can accomplish the big things in the long run. If it ain't broke, and even if it is, the INTJ may need to resist the desire to be continually improving and changing. Their view on potential and possibilities for all products, systems and people, leads them to want to always be fixing and improving. What they may not realize is that not all people want to be fixed and not all companies want greater efficiency.